In the early 80s, I had a representative from Pepsi, and I said, you know what would be $1 billion ice cream would be Pepsi ice cream. It was disgusting.
This is Grounded in Granite, where every person and every place has a story to tell. I'm Jason Schreiber. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of Grounded in Granite. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. We know the saying. Well, I'm here at Lago's homemade ice cream in Rye, New Hampshire. I'm here with Steve Grenier, whose family has been running this place since 1981, so a long time. But the place has been here
since 1957.
Since 1957, so long history. And I never knew that it was pronounced as Lagos. So, Steve, lots of people mispronounce it, right?
Love it. When people come up and they say Lago's ice cream,
Lagos.
People will come up and they'll say, I have a bet with my daughter. I have a bet with my husband that it's Lagos.
Yeah.
And I say, well, you're going to lose the bet. But if you want, from now on, you can bet people that it's Lagos, and you're going to win a ton of money. So
oh my God,
it's fun to play with it.
All right, so I feel better knowing that I'm not the one who's mispronounced it my entire life.
Absolutely not.
So your season is just getting underway.
Yeah,
and summer's.
We popped open early, March 7th.
Okay, yeah.
It's early. What we do is, believe it or not, in the spring, you can have some fantastic business.
Right.
Because we're not competing with anybody going to the beach in March.
Yeah.
There's still snow on the ground.
Yeah.
People aren't going to their lake house yet. People aren't having barbecues. Or People aren't doing yard work. So you can have some really good days in March and April. Yeah.
I didn't realize you were open that.
Yeah, we open early. It helps us get the staff trained before we get busy.
Okay. Yeah.
The slower days,
Makes
it's much
sense.
easier to do that.
This is going to melt. But so we got to talk about, because you have some really funky flavors, and this is actually called Funky Panda.
Correct, so back
please
a while
explain
ago,
this ice cream here.
My son, he's always trying to outdo me, which he did.
Yeah.
His flavor sells better than all of my flavors that I ever invented, unfortunately. Yeah. So he has bragging rights. So it's based off a s'mores Girl Scout cookie, deconstructed.
I'm sold already. Yeah.
And it's an Oreo ice cream with caramel swirl and toasted coconut. And if you eat it, it tastes just like an ice cream Girl Scout s'mores cookie. Chef's kiss.
Well, where's the spoon? I wanted to try it. Is there a spoon?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So I'm going to try it as we talk.
Make
it's
sure
already
you get
melting.
Some of the caramel. It's
already melting. So
you have to have tempered ice cream. You don't want to have ice cream that's too cold, because your tongue can't taste the real good flavors. You want the aroma in there too.
Oh my God.
Yeah, definitely.
So you guys, it's all homemade ice cream.
Yeah, the guys are right there out back getting ready for you to go take a shot at them.
Yeah.
So it's in the summertime, or even now, we've been so busy that we make it every day. And then
every day.
Every day, what we do is we've got close to 60 flavors. So
that was awesome.
There's a certain number of flavors that we're always running out of every day. So you have to replenish, have it ready. So if you have a big weekend, that you don't run out of the flavor just because you don't have backup. Always have to have backup of everything in case of ice cream, in case it's a busy day.
Yeah. Which ones do you run out of most often?
Well, we got it down pat now where we don't run out anymore.
This one you probably are close to running out.
Yeah. So it's cow pie, which is a brownie batter ice cream with homemade brownies, chocolate chips in a fudge swirl. That one's close. We've got a new one that's getting close. Last year, so we do a charity event every year for Families First.
Okay.
Pediatric healthcare.
Oh, nice.
And so I came up with a flavor. I was at Whole Foods, and I'm just looking around for different ingredients. So I came across these beautiful milk chocolate covered graham crackers. So I was like, So I made a malted graham cracker ice cream with chocolate covered graham crackers, and I called it Rye on the Rocks. That one's selling like crazy. I don't know if you remember, there used to be Joseph's Rye on the Rocks years ago down at the beach. So I was like, I got to make a flavor for rye itself. You know what I mean? So that's selling crazy.
Yeah.
Coffee Oreo is still one of the best sellers, and black raspberry Oreo. People love Oreos in ice cream. Obviously, we have lemon Oreo. Again, it's another Oreo flavor, right?
God, you got cool Oreo flavors.
Recently, we had key lime Oreo, which we got the ingredients. My ice cream maker was out at Aldi's, and he saw these key lime Oreos. So we're like, let's try that.
Yeah.
Sounds great. You know what I mean? Then we've got another one that's we're going to be bringing up for the Memorial Weekend. It's called lemon custard cake. It's a cream cheese ice cream, lemon cream cheese ice cream. It's got lemon custard chunks in it, cake.
Wow.
And it's so good.
Oh,
yeah.
How do you come up with these flavors?
Mostly it's by trying to think of a dessert that people like. One day I was walking around in BJ's and I saw baklava, and I'm like, my wife makes a killer baklava because her family's Albanian.
Okay.
And so I'm like, chunks of baklava. And then I put it in an espresso ice cream because, a nice little treat and a snack is a nice espresso with a piece of baklava. So I made Albanian baklava. So it's kind of like mixing things you might have as a snack or a treat, right? And then trying to find an ingredient that would go in there that makes it convert to ice cream, and you still understand what I'm trying to get across.
What's the craziest flavor you guys have come up with over the years? I mean, if you can think of.
So back in the early 80s, I had a representative from Pepsi. Pepsi used to be out of Greenland, New Hampshire, the distribution. And so he and I were talking. I said, what would be $1 billion ice cream would be Pepsi ice cream. So he came in, he brought me a bottle of the syrup that they use, that you blend soda water with it, and you can make ice cream. You can make, that's how they make their Pepsi. Okay. I'm like, if we could ever get this to come through.
I'm going to keep eating. I'm just going to keep eating because it's dripping. So
come through as an ice cream flavor. But what happens is there's so much sugar in the syrup from Pepsi that you can't flavor it enough, so it would freeze. So it was disgusting. It came out horrible. Another one was I tried a hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
I was trying to make a wings type ice cream.
Oh, really?
But what happened was I probably could have pulled it off. We put it out. People were getting it just to try it as a novelty. But what happened was there was so much hot sauce in the ice cream that we would use the scoop. We'd put it back and rinse it off. Yeah. And that would rinse into the water that we used for all the other scoops. And every other flavor tasted like hot sauce. So I had to ditch that the same day that it came out.
Not a good move.
No,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's been some absolute, stinkers, but that happens.
I suppose.
You got to try it.
Yeah. All right, so Steve, there's an on-air sign that's over there that's on right now. So is that tied into my show here?
The next thing, So you'll be able to go out back and actually see them making the ice cream. So years ago, I'm kind of a nerd. So I was like, what'd be cool is like on air, we don't want anybody coming in and interrupting the podcast. So I was like, we don't want anybody going back there anymore. And I used to tell the crew, you're not allowed in the back room because they know what they're doing. So it might seem like they have time when they don't. They're not doing anything. Right. But that's because they know what they're doing. Yeah. I don't need interruptions because a mistake can cost me an ice cream machine. If it freezes too long and it freezes up, the machine costs this. I just bought a brand new machine. It was $45,000. So we can't. It's not easy, cheap. But it's difficult. Yeah. So and you want them on task. You want them to be able to not forget an ingredient. There's things that can go on if you're not on your game back there. No interruptions. So that's why we have an on-air sign.
I love that. Yeah. Well, speaking of missing an ingredient, so have you had times over the years where you just discovered it after it was being served to a customer?
No, it never gets that far.
It never got that far. You have quality control before you get.
All right. We'll go, oh my goodness, I forgot to put that in and it's halfway frozen. And you can't get it in there. So it becomes what we call an oops flavor. So I'll go on with my tail between my legs and I'll go on social media and I'll go, we have an oops flavor. We'll sell the whole bucket for like $10. Oh, really? Just to recover some of the money that I made a mistake on. I've done that a number of times.
And people buy it.
Oh, yeah. It's great ice cream.
Yeah, for a good price.
Missing an Oreo or something, but it's still got some of the other flavor in it. But
and you can't really trick the customer and
just I don't want to try. No. You're not going to trick a customer if they're because you get regulars, right? If it comes in and you don't have the caramel in a funky Panda that's supposed to have caramel, they're going to be like, this place is missing, dropping the quality. They don't care anymore, or they're trying to skimp, or you know what I mean? No, you're never going to get away with that.
So talk about the history. So, I mean, the building has been here
57.
since 57, was not Lago's at the time.
No,
so
it's called the Big Scoop. Back in the day, there was
Okay.
a family called the Patricks. I was able to meet Mrs. Patrick, the elder matriarch, probably 3 years ago before she passed. I was very fortunate.
Yeah.
Her daughter brought her, and we were able to meet and talk. It was kind of neat because she saw how it had progressed over the years, and her family had it at one point.
Yeah.
And then over the years, there was the Yokins had owned it. The McLeod family had owned it for a few years.
Now that's history I did not
Yeah.
know.
McLeod's had quite a few different restaurants on the Seacoast that I didn't know about. And then this was one of them. And then the last person that had it prior to us, my father-in-law, was in the milk distribution company. He owned the Hood, Lago and Sons milk distribution across from Water Country. And then so he was doing business with them. He was selling them the cream to make their ice cream here. And there were two brothers. There were a couple guys out of Haverhill, Mass, and they wanted to get out of the business. So my father-in-law came down one day.
Excuse me.
Ice cream will do that to you. It'll make it choke. Would you like a glass of water?
I think it's a piece of coconut.
Oh, there you go. Got you.
Which is really delicious, but keep.
As your mother would say, you're supposed to swallow your food before you talk.
Well, I'm so excited eating it that I'm trying not to.
Yeah.
All right. So keep going. Steve. I'm
fine. He came down and they wanted out of the business, and he bought it in 1981. And fortunately, my wife was just the right age where she started to run it. She had just turned 20. Well, actually, she was only 19 at the time.
Oh my gosh.
So
wow.
he put her in charge of running the business.
Really?
She did a great job.
That's amazing at that age.
And at that time, we had food. We had fried seafood. We had sandwiches, subs, everything.
Oh, so you used to do food.
Food was back where the ice cream production area is right now.
Okay.
We had a whole full kitchen, full fried foods, onion rings, French fries, everything.
Okay. Yeah.
So she was running it at 19 all by herself. She did a fantastic job. She brought it to where it is now, right? And so it was difficult for her because the kids that she was managing were almost her age.
Yeah.
So that generation gap wasn't there for the instant respect. So it was very hard. I mean, she had a big crew, trying to run it by herself. But thanks to her, that it started flourishing.
When did the food
stopped?
And
so in 1994, a couple of family things happened where I decided that we were competing at the time with Newark's had three places. They had Hampton, they had the one in Dover, and then another one. And then we were competing with Bob's Clam Hut, Weather Vane. So we couldn't compete with them. And then they had shut down fishing to the haddock industry, the George's Bank, because of it was just getting too sparse. So haddock prices rose, and then clam prices were going out of sight, and I'm like, I can't compete with these guys. We're buying secondhand. They're buying off the boats. So we just did away with it then. It was the best decision we ever made. It was a very difficult decision, right? Because we already had been into the business for 11 years or a little longer making food, so 13 years. So that was the best decision we ever made, just to go with ice cream.
Big change, but obviously it worked. It worked
Gave
out
us more
well
room for doing one thing the best, right?
And so you must have been able to expand what you were offering.
We were able to
use
ice cream more space for flavors that we needed in the front room, more cabinetry, more production space in the back room. So it helped out a lot, and it's taken off, and I'm glad we did it.
What's the most challenging part of running an ice cream stand like this for so long?
So I think it's over the years has been the crew, right? Because you want to have a crew that understands your, I don't like to call it corporate mission, because we're not corporate, we're family. Understands the way that we want to operate as a family within the business. So you can't be, their best friend. It's like a parent-child relationship. But you can set expectations that you want in a business. Please and thank yous, manners that have gone by the wayside in the service industry a lot, I think. Years ago, I put up a sign over the front door here that says, the kids come in, it says, leave mediocrity at the door. And it's not a slogan. I want the kids to strive to be the best that they can be every day in everything they do.
Yeah.
Like their schoolwork, their whatever else they're striving to do for their college degrees or their vocations that they're going to go into, the trades, anything like that. You know, I had a girl that was going into nursing one time and she said, that's good enough. And I'm like, so is that going to be okay when you're waiting on a patient and you just say, is that good enough?
Yeah.
And it stuck with her. And I'm like,
Really?
it's just, if you're going to be good at this, you're going to be good at everything.
Yeah.
It's the same old saying, you know, do it right the first time. And it's the same here. And I want the kids to feel like this is a place they want to come to work, because this is my wife and I's second home in the summer. We're here more than we're at home, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's
so I want to come to a place that feels comfortable to be at.
Yeah.
Like it's a nice place, a nice environment to work in. You can have fun. We all have to work, right? Yeah. But why is there a reason you can't have fun while you're at work? There's a time to buckle down when you're busy, but there's also a time where you can have fun and meet new people. I've got kids that have never went to the same schools, but they are lifelong friends now. Yeah. You know, and they keep in touch. One's in Colorado, one just got married. She's in DC. They're still best friends now. They're having kids. And they never would have met, you know, so it's pretty cool.
Right. How big of a staff do you have?
So in the summertime, we have upwards of 45 kids. So it's a challenge. So we have a structure where we have a couple managers. Then we have what we call supervisors. So the supervisors. Yeah, that's a little play on words. But
I like that.
It works out. And so they've been with us for a while, the supervisors. And so they know what needs to be done in the front room. And if they need help, then they can go to the manager, right? And then the manager knows everything about the whole business. Molly, she's been with us for 13 years now. So she has moved on mostly. She's got a job. She has her master's in social work. So she's moved on, but she comes in and she does my schedule for me, because that's one of the most challenging things. So she'll come in once a week and does my schedule for me. So she took that off my plate. Yeah. And then I've got a new manager, Chloe, and she's a fantastic worker, person, knows what I want as far as expectations. And this is her first year running the crew, and she's doing amazing. And then I've got a girl that's been with us for, I think, going on 8 years, and she's in Texas right now. She's a teacher. She lives in Texas, teaches in the, fall and spring. And then she comes back home. She's from Hampton Falls. Yeah. Comes back, and then she manages for the summer for me. And then she goes back and teaches in the winter. So it's pretty cool setup. Yeah.
Now, looking at your ice cream production, how does that? So you said daily you're making ice cream. So is that like hours a day?
Yeah.
Making ice cream, or what? What does that involve?
We get 2 or 3 deliveries of what we call the ice cream mix. It comes. It's not just cream, right? There's a base and it has the sugars in it and things like that. Yeah. So we'll get deliveries of that a couple times, 3 times a week. Okay. And then we have the different ingredients, and the guys will come in, and what they do is they'll take inventory of what's in stock. Okay. And then we have a set list that we go by, and if the number that's in inventory is below that number, they'll make that flavor, because we figured out what we need every day to make sure we don't run out of flavors. So they do that at first. Then they'll put together a run, what we call a run. Some flavors you can make together. Some flavors, they're too distinct. We have to wash the machine in between. Like you wouldn't be able to go from orange pineapple to vanilla, because there would be vanilla chunks. I mean, there would be orange pineapple chunks and vanilla. Yeah. So you'd have to wash the machine out. But then when you get a nice run, you can do chocolate chip, Oreo, Funky Panda, vanilla, coffee, chocolate. You can do it all in a run without rinsing the machine. So it saves water. It saves ice cream, because you get to use the ice cream that's already in the machine, and that adds to the next flavor, and so forth. So a lot less waste. So and then they'll be here. Let's see. On Monday, we were here. They made 30 batches, so they were here from 10 to 7. Oh, wow. Making ice cream. It was a big day on Sunday. So to replenish it. Day before that, it was 8 hours, because Saturday was a big day. Yeah. Yesterday wasn't as big a day. So, but it depends on, obviously, the weather, completely weather dependent, like a lot of places on the Seacoast. Hospitality industry, we're all dependent on the weather for people drive them from inland to the coast, right? So,
Right. And now, did you have to go to ice cream school? near a university?
But
you didn't have to,
but yeah. So years ago when I first started, I was also a milkman for my father-in-law. I was actually a delivery man. I drove a truck. I delivered to stores, schools, and all that around the Seacoast area. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I would come here after to help Andrea, if she didn't have enough ice cream makers, I would come here, learn how to make ice cream so that I could keep up with the demand.
Yeah.
So I'd come after work and I'd make ice cream. Well, my wife's grandfather was in Rochester making ice cream at their other location at the time, which is called Lone Oak Ice Cream. So my mother-in-law ran that. They purchased that in 1975. And my grandfather would go up every day with my mother-in-law. They'd drive up, and he was the only ice cream maker up there. So he taught me how to make ice cream, which is kind of cool. We called him Gramps. Everybody called him Gramps.
Yeah.
He was a MacGyver type figure. That guy could fix anything or figure out how to make something work, right?
Yeah.
So I came back and I had enough knowledge to be able to keep going here. And then in 1986, we had the opportunity in the winter, because it was off season, to go down to the Penn State Ice Cream School. It was like a 10-day course.
Okay.
All the people, the big companies from around the country and the world would go there, because what it was from start to finish, how to make ice cream, how the cows ate the hay, different times of year. The hay in the spring, you have a different tint of color to the ice cream mix because they were eating fresh hay. And then in the fall, it wouldn't be the same. So the formulators would have to come up with a formula that was stable throughout the year, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, Hood was there, Gorelick was there, all the big companies were there, and their production guys were there. Everybody was there. Nestle, the food manufacturers were there. And then I was there. I was able to take in what I needed out of it. It was very interesting, like sanitation, production, efficiencies, but I didn't need to know how to formulate stuff. So it was a very cool time. Both Andrew and I went back and went down, and we came back, and I was jazzed. It was a great time. And then from there, we wanted to make our own ice cream and put it in the supermarkets. So we tried that. We did a lot of research. I actually went to Deering Ice Cream at the time, was up in Portland, Maine, and they were going to co-pack our ice cream. So I would give them all our recipes, and then they would make it to our specs. So down the line and learning about that business, you would have to go into the supermarkets, and supermarkets are like real estate agents, right? When you go in, you have to purchase slots to have your ice cream in their shelves. You don't just go, hey, I'd like to bring my ice cream in. They'd say, oh, you can do that, but you're going to pay us X amount for every flavor that's on the shelf, not for your flavors, for every flavor.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So to have enough oomph and like what they call a billboard of ice cream flavors so that your ice cream would stand out, you need at least 4 or 5 flavors. So your billboard, your ice cream pints would stand out. So that was just too much for a small mom and pop like us to do.
Right. Yeah.
Ben and Jerry's can do it because Ben and Jerry's, there was so much demand for them. They had already established themselves. And it's kind of like Campbell's soup. You have to have Campbell's soup in all the supermarkets. Yeah. So they have more power to do that. The small mom and pops, just not efficient for us monetarily to get in there. So we reeled back and we just stayed here and did what we did the best, scooping to the public, making some cool flavors, making sure that everything is done right here, service-wise, ice cream-wise, making it a fun experience for the kids, for the customers. Yeah.
So if you want Lago's ice cream, you gotta come here.
Yep.
Come here and
which is not a bad thing.
Yeah. Well, and it's cash only.
Yeah.
So that
cash
should be duly noted that
for years people have pushed back on me.
That's a whole
far as it is. It's so I did this thing one time where I was buying some stuff for Christmas, right?
Yeah.
And I went in one time and I bought with a credit card. So you give them the credit card, you got to swipe the credit card, you got to wait for the credit card machine to work. And then I went one time with cash. Yeah. Boom, I give them the cash, they give me the change back, and I'm like, MasterCard has this figured out. They've got the psychology that it's quicker, it's easier. You don't have to bring this cash around with you. Well, it's slower. You're paying MasterCard. And if you don't pay your bill, they're hitting you. Here, right? You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
So and the other thing too is they pay you. You have to pay them a charge every time you swipe your card.
There is that issue,
and then you've got
right?
to go up in your prices, and I don't want to do that. I want to keep it as affordable for families as possible, right?
Mhm.
I want to be able to have a family of 5 to be able to
Yeah.
come in, and they're not going to break the bank to come in and have an ice cream
Mhm.
and have it a tradition, right? So that's why we
Yeah.
keep it cash.
But you got the ATM,
I have an ATM,
which I guess you have to have, because you probably have a lot of
we
people
do
who
have a lot of
just see
people that don't know,
don't
right?
know.
They're
Yeah.
first timers, right?
Yeah.
And they don't know that we have just cash. So
So they
ATM
got,
works.
yeah.
I don't think it's a big deal. I know that
Right.
it's
Yeah.
a lot of pushback,
Yeah.
but
But it's working for you guys. And on a busy day, how many, like on your busiest day in the summer, how many customers are
So
getting
we'll
ice
probably
cream?
go through about, I'd say last Sunday, try to think of ice creams. So we're probably going through about, I'd say probably a couple thousand customers a day
On your
on a busy day.
busy days,
Yeah.
really?
A couple
Wow.
different
Wow.
thousand services, close to that, maybe a little bit more than that.
Mhm.
It's hard,
It's
we have 8 windows, which is a lot of windows for an ice cream stand, but you can still only do so many people at once, you know what I mean? And then it's fun because the people come up and they'll ask with ordering flavors, and you get to tell them the different flavors they've never had.
Yeah.
So, and you want everybody to have a good experience. So
Mhm.
we make it so you don't want to have them feel rushed. You want them to be able to ask questions and
Yeah.
get what they want, and look and see what might be different. And they ask the girls what might be their favorite flavor. So it's fun.
It's a lot of work running this place.
Yeah.
I mean, you must feel, you've been at
It's
it for decades.
45
So,
years. Yeah. I love it.
so you must love it and
I
still
do.
have a passion for it,
Yeah.
but it must be tiring at times.
It
and
is,
you
for
must
sure. I'm not gonna
you
say
live here.
it's
It's your
not.
second home, as you
Yeah,
said.
it is.
I mean,
Now that I have managers and people that I can trust and
Yeah.
have been with us a long time, my wife says you're taking Tuesdays off no matter what this summer. I
Oh,
don't care.
okay.
You have to figure out a way to do it. Still, makes
Yeah.
me antsy to think about it.
Yeah.
But I'm a phone call away, right? Um, yeah. So, and I've got fantastic people. My son's been making ice
Yeah.
cream since he was 14. So he's on his 20th season now making
Oh my
ice cream.
gosh.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So I don't
It's
have to
cool.
worry about how the ice cream is being made. That part of it's not in my head anymore.
Yeah.
John back there has been with me 8 years now. So going on 9 years. He just he's doing his master's in accounting, so I still have him for a little longer.
Yeah.
And then Zach's going on 4 years with me, and that guy is like my new MacGyver. We can do anything. So conscientious, so I don't have to worry about how the ice cream's being made anymore. I know that part of it's being taken care of, so that's off my plate, right? So it allows me to concentrate on more of the relationships with the kids and kind of knowing what might be going through. Everybody thinks that, we have to remember as owners and managers that their life is outside, right? They come here, this is a job for them. But they've got, relationship issues at school. That's their first girlfriend, boyfriend.
Yeah.
They've got a pimple on their face. That's their world, right? They think that's everybody's concentrating on them. It's their world. They just got a bad grade. They've got to go home and talk to their parents about it. So they've got a lot of stresses in life. And then they come here and we try to hopefully make it a better place,
Right.
someplace where they feel comfortable coming. And so that I like the fact that I can try to make their day, and then in kind of in kind, they can try to help the customers have a nice day. You never know when somebody comes up what they're going through in life. So, you know what I mean?
Right.
We have no idea. Everybody's not having a beautiful day. So
especially when the kids drop their ice cream.
Yeah.
That's a bad day.
The dropper is not hard to find because there's an instant cry behind it.
Yeah.
Well,
I would cry too if I dropped
distraught, and you can tell the cry. You can tell it from miles away. Yeah.
What's the future for
Legos
and for you? Will the kids eventually take it over when you want
so that would be
to take
the
a break?
plant, right? My son would run the back crew, and then we'd have somebody run the front crew. My daughter lives in Florida, so she won't be back to run any part of it.
She's not going to move back here to run this place.
Florida is her gig
She's going to stay there where it's warm and
loves it. Yeah, she didn't like it here in the winters, so no big deal.
But you're okay.
Yeah, and then he would be overseeing, and then we'd have managers to help him.
So it'll stay in the family. That's the plan.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
That's the hopefully the idea to keep it going in the future, right? So that would be ideal.
Yeah.
Lago, not Lago.
Lago. I am
to go full circle.
I'm still just just appalled that I have always thought it was Lagos.
You can call it some other ice cream stand if you want, as long as you come and buy it here. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is really funny.
Yeah.
Any regrets? Do you have any regrets?
Absolutely
Steve?
not. No.
It's been okay. It's been all that you.
So when my kids were in school, it was off season.
Yeah.
So I was able to coach their teams, be at all their events.
So that's nice.
Be involved in their lives when school was going on, which is really a good thing for me.
Yeah.
And then in the summer, they could do their thing. I'm doing my thing. Maybe the only thing would be couldn't vacation in the summer, but we vacation in the winter. So, that would be the only thing. I don't know if they would say that that's a regret that we weren't able to take summer vacations, but I think the trade-off was being able to be around in the winter for them. You know what I mean? So, every business is going to have trade-offs. It can't be perfect. It can't be, so. I would say absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, it's been very good to our family.
Good.
Yeah, so, and I had great in-laws for the stability of buying the business back in 81 and supporting us the whole time. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Steve, I appreciate you sitting down and sharing before you open, and you get lines out here, and you're going to have lines all summer here, I know. And so anyone coming to the Seacoast, this is a must stop on the way.
The Seacoast will be bustling. Hit the beaches, everybody, and come here for ice cream. Yeah.
And I have some soupy funky Panda that I'm going to continue to eat.
It is the best when it's soft and tempered.
Oh my gosh.
I used to eat it like that. I would microwave it and eat it like that. You have a little bit.
Oh, you microwaved
it? Yeah. Matter of fact, when you get home, people, after you have ice cream in the freezer, you want to scoop it and put it in the microwave for 10 seconds.
Oh.
So much better. You get a little
that's good advice.
Glisten on the edge.
Yeah.
And your tongue will be so happy.
Wow.
Make your taste buds so happy.
Wow.
Just nuke it for 10 seconds after you get it home.
Great advice. All right. Awesome. Well, Steve, thanks again.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Yeah. And until next time, remember, every person and every place has a story to tell. We'll see you soon. Thanks for tuning in to Grounded in Granite, where we celebrate the people, places, and stories that make New Hampshire home. If you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure to follow Grounded in Granite on Facebook, X, TikTok, and Instagram for behind-the-scenes clips, photos, and more. Subscribe to the Grounded in Granite YouTube channel to catch full video episodes. You can also find Grounded in Granite on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeart. Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and stay grounded in granite.